Hey everyone. So today I want to talk about a very weird and crude, just out there topic. Just like I'm making this video. I'm thinking, my family's gonna watch it. My friends are gonna watch it, and they're gonna think I'm weird. But it's a topic that I feel like is very prevalent these days. Like with the advent of the internet, people consume a lot of media and entertainment every day. Like almost spend hours on it every day. They come home from work and they put on their favorite TV show or movie or whatever, or anime. So the topic of the video is attraction to fictional characters, right? So you have these characters that you watch on the screen, you watch on TV shows, you watch in anime, you play in games, and they're very and you sort of form a bond with them. You think they're physically attractive, right? Well, the main point that I want to make is that like the physical attraction to feel to them, right? And people think you're so weird. Like, how do you like, dude? That's just pixels on a screen, right? But no, the attraction comes from like it's a piece of fiction that someone has created, and then it from bottom up it comes out of you to be you're attracted to it, you're attracted to a concept, not a physical person, right? But what's that saying? Art imitates life, or life imitates art, or whatever the right word, the context for that is. So I have I am like I like characters, and this is gonna sound really extreme and weird and creepy and weird. Like, I have spent some real world money to buy cosmetics, skins for characters that I like in fighting games. Like, Laura in Street Fighter Five, like that. She's one of my favorite characters of all time. Like, seriously, like Trish from Devil May Cry, Jade from Dragon Quest, Jade from Mortal Kombat. All these beautiful women that these artists have created, and they evoke this like natural, heterosexual attraction to them. They have enhanced proportions. It's not real. I mean, that's the thing, right? If you're like a reasonable person with a soundman, it's not real, but you feel comfort when you look up artwork of them, you save artwork, you just and you feel like you're investing. This also goes into like people who spend on these adult sites, fan sites for these adult creators, like OnlyFans. They spend money on them. It's almost like a fetish. I want to. It's and I know it sounds weird, right? You spend money on them, you like, and it feels like you're like you get something, and let me be clear. Some people, the quote unquote pleasure themselves. We're all adults here. They to these characters, or whatever that is. Everybody has a personal, private life. We should not, like, if you're an adult, you get to make your own decisions. You don't have to think about what everyone said, what people will think, or people will go. Like, I'm 29 years old right now. I'm gonna be 30 in next year. Like, just listen. If you're like in your late teens or early teens, like, I remember. Okay, I'll tell you a story. Like, I remember back in when I was in. I don't remember. Maybe I was in middle school, or in primary school, and I used to watch anime. I used I watched Naruto, and then Shippuden. I watched Shippuden on DVD, and then I used to watch Bleach. That was really cool. And I'd watch a little bit of Dragon Ball. I didn't get into One Piece for some reason, but when I remember when I was in like a kid, maybe I was like 9, 10 years old, 11 years old, and I watched this anime Bleach, and they had this character Orihime, and she was very like attractive, and I remember I used to go into the backyard and think about her, like, in a quote unquote, in a like romantic way. Again, this sounds weird and creepy. If this turns you off, like, I don't care, whatever. This, but yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, if you're really young, you don't have to share it with anybody, because people will judge you, Make it makes this life harder than you. Like people already, life is already hard for young people, kids these days. Bullies and stuff like that. But if you get older, just and that's my also one more advice: just keep on going. Just even if you don't fail at something, just getting older, just things get better. Just things get better for you. Just whatever your niche is, whatever you like, just hang in there and just stay in your do what you do. Do your homework, do your whatever your parents tell you to do, and just. But then when you're an adult, like over 25, if you have a job, you can do whatever you want with your money. Buy skins, buy whatever, buy a game that you like, buy a hentai game or whatever. Like nobody cares. Like I'm making this video, my family's gonna watch it, and they're gonna think I'm a weirdo, right? But I don't care. Like we're all gonna die. Okay, this is getting so much out there. So I guess this is a good point to end the video. The point is, if you like something, just don't embrace it. Uh, just you don't have to accept it, but you should embrace it. Accept it means that you go out telling other people, I'm attracted to this and that or the whatever that is, right? But just keep it up. Keep doing the good work. Okay.